Guys, flint and steel, I love it. It's just one of those things that gets you about bushcraft and learning a wee bit more about primitive stuff. It is just one of these things that when you light a fire with it, it's just such a cool thing to do, okay? And it's a cool thing to teach, right? So I am on a mission to try and find something that I can find in nature that with a minimal amount of work, I can use it to light a fire. So light a fire with flint and steel with no charred materials. Bruno, you are a good dog, but you need to sit. There's no sticks here. So what I have right here, guys, in my very bushcraft box, is I have mullein leaves, or mullein leaves. And what I want to do, guys, is I want to see, apparently these are referred to as the bushcrafter's best toilet paper. Maybe I just made that up. What I want to see, guys, is it possible to light a fire with dried mullein leaves? Now these came off a plant fairly local to here. Some of them are quite dry. Guys, it's the properties of this that I'm looking at now. So I'm going to try it as is, and then I'm going to crush it down and see if we can get any better. Stay tuned. Let's look at a leaf up close. Okay, guys, they are fluffy. Okay, it's quite brittle, but it's fluffy. Okay, very, very soft. All right, and generally what I find is that anything that is fluffy is good for burning, such as, you know, cotton pads when you're teaching, cotton wool, bog cotton, you know, thistle heads, stuff like that, sheep, you know. So all those things, not sheep obviously, all those things are burned quite well, okay, and it's because of the properties, because of the way they are, okay. And what I'm thinking is that it might work, you know. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to set myself a time limit as well, because I have a habit of these, of when I do this, 2 hours goes past and I'm still sitting here cracking flint and steel. So I'm going to see if I can get this done within a reasonable amount of time. So I have some dry ones here. Hear that? Some are drier than others. But a very, very cool thing. And I think you can do hand drills with the stalks as well, but hand drills is something that it's in the future, maybe, in the future. So let's give it a shot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of it and I'm going to put them into my tin and see if I can drop some sparks on them. In the tin we have all the other failed experiments. Bruno's so interested in this as well. Bruno, this is just a leaf, okay? Interesting. Interesting. Let's change it up a bit. Bothering that, aren't they? What's that? Right, let's up the game a bit. The old Bushcraft mortar and pestle. Let's grind it. That is so fluffy now. So fluffy. Oh my word. Check that out. Not as I haven't sped that up or anything, guys. It is so fluffy. Already. And a little bit smelly. Just see if ferro rod works. Okay. So it works with a ferro rod. Definitely. That actually just went on fire. Okay. So let me just get a mullein, a full leaf there, and let's see what happens. Check that out. Okay. Put that out, Woody. This is the most promising so far. I say that all the time, don't I? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pack this with it. I think the problem with the flint and steel is getting it to land in the right spot, whereas you have an element of control with the with the ferro rod. It went. It went, and then it went out. Guys, hope you appreciate it. Right, okay, that is another inconclusive one, I'm going to say. I'm coming to the end of my time, guys. That is another inconclusive one for me, I'm going to have to say. Oh Jesus, my flint broke in half. Guys, I do feel with a couple of these that there is a lot of potential. You know, with the what do you call it? Especially with the dried nettle and the Lelandii bark, guys. It just always seems to be just on the cusp of turning into a flame, right? You know, so maybe maybe the weak link in the chain is me. Maybe that's what it is, and it's the fact that I can't get the sparks to land in the same place all the time. Do you know what I mean? With a ferro rod, it's easy because you're scraping to that point and you're stopping. Whereas with a flint and steel, the sparks have a habit of just sort of going where they want. Okay, it's quite, you know, you can't judge it as well. So, like, I have a little piece of the stuff here of the Lelandii bark mixed with nettles and stuff. You know, of course, if you can get this stuff, guys, and you can sit it on top of your flint, it's going to be easier to control. But with a dust and with a powder, you can't really do that. I know people mentioned mixing it with ash and all, guys, and yes, I appreciate the comments, but it's that's something for a different series of videos, I think. Like, the whole idea here is that you don't have ash, you don't have anything, you're just, you know, you have a piece of steel and a piece of flint, that's all. As I said, it's very easy for me to get carried away doing this. What I'm going to do is I am going to keep all this stuff separate, and I am going to come back to that because I think there's a lot of potential in these leaves and getting them to light. So the quest continues, guys, the quest continues, but I have some other things in the pipeline and we'll figure them out and we'll see if that works. Thanks for watching. Stay frosty.